Hello, welcome to the Nupur Tewari show, episode number 8, presented by Hill Tokyo, Hill India. And today's guest, who doesn't need much introduction, he's the Director General of Police, West Bengal. But he's an artist too. He's a lyricist, he's a singer, he's a writer, and he's a poet as well. So with big applause, let's welcome Mr. Mrityunjay Kumar Singh. Welcome to Japan. Namaste.
Dhanyavad. Well, I would also say Hail India, Hail Japan.
Yes,
Hail
Hell
Japan.
India, Hell Japan. You are an IPS officer, but more than that, like IPS officer, the lyricist, writer, poet, like so many things are going there. So what are you more? Are you an IPS officer more, or you are just creative person more? What are you?
Well, Nupur, first of all, let me answer this question by saying this. When I knew you first, uh, I just knew Nupur Tewari, who was working in some big organization in Haldia. And then, today I'm meeting Nupur Tewari, who is a motivational speaker, who is a spiritual healer, who is a philanthropist, who is a yoga instructor. And not only that, I mean, getting recognition from UN bodies, trying to seek your help to help people in Sri Lanka and Africa and many more. So, what happens that when we start a journey, life is a kind of a journey. As you said, uh, coming to a job is like taking birth. You don't take birth because you want to take birth. It's a kind of a karmic thing. If people understand, it's a kind of a karmic thing. You take birth because there are some unfinished things a soul has to complete or do. That is what in our philosophy, uh, world over, it is understood like that. So coming into a job is like my karmic duty somewhere. There was some unfinished job. I had to come and serve people of various places. But apart from that, uh, culture, whether it's a literature or it's a music, it is also embedded in your DNA. It's a divine gift, I would say. You get the light, but you have to protect that light. It's like a candle. There are a gush of storms and gush of wind and breeze. How do you to remain yourself, your room lighted? How do you protect a small kind of a candle, a piece of candle? So these divine elements, fine arts mainly, it's a divine element in it. And to protect the divine light, you have to understand, you have to remain connected, and you have to understand what the divine wants you to do. I think right since the beginning, from my childhood, I always knew that music is not going to leave me, poetry is not going to leave me, literature is not going to leave me. I kept on reading. Even if I didn't write anything, even if I didn't sing anything professionally, but doesn't matter. I kept on singing for myself, for my friends, and it kept on honing my skills. Gradually, the time came when we met friends, and the friends needed liked my kind of writing. Like for example, you said Ritu Parno Ghosh. I still remember Ritu Parno Ghosh. After going around everywhere, like up to Banaras, Gazipur, Mirzapur, all those places, for that original bhajan, Ram ka bhajan, he wanted to use it in his film Chokher Bali. And one of the musician friend referred my name to him and told him that why don't you listen to MK once. So he came to me not as he came to my house, and the first thing he said, look, in Bangla, of course, look, I am not, please forgive me, but I am not calling you an sir or something like that. I have come to meet an artist. So you are to me a simple MK. Okay. So tell me, MK, I have heard a lot about you. What are you going to give me? And you will not believe, I did not have to go through my repertoire of Bhojpuri songs or bhajans and all. I don't know how it clicked. I picked up this particular bhajan after hearing from him the what does he want, and I sang for him. And not only he selected this song, he said, "You will be the person who will come and sing it for me." I said, "Well, I am not a professional singer. Don't worry. I will, let you sing. Don't worry. That I will take care of." So, what do you call it? And for the first time, I still remember, for any kind of poetry or poem or a literature or a art, I am getting 501 rupees. It was more than a, it was actually more valuable than a kind of thousands of salary money, which I used to get it as a, being a government servant. So this is how it all happened. Today, if you ask me, what are you more? See, when I am doing my duty, there's a call of duty, then I am totally devoted to my duty. When I am not, then I am my own man. I have withdrawn to myself. I am connected to my core, and the core, whatever comes and comes, whatever I can feel. Like, for example, at times poetry, at times writing a story, at times just singing, at times just watching, at times reading. So I do that. And I remember districts also in the thick of everything. When I used to travel for 2 hours or 2.5 hours in car, I used to listen to uh, Begum Akhtar Ghazal or Mirza Ghalib or such esoteric poetry, only to enrich myself and only to keep my soul remain connected to the fine arts. So that is what I would like to say.
And actually, yeah, since you mentioned about me, so I'd like to tell the viewers that yes, I still remember that it was, I think, 2001 somewhere, and he was the SP, Superintendent of Police in Midnapur. Midnapur was not divided at the time. So since
Yeah,
the people, not only Bengal, it is watched by, I think, all over world. So
yeah,
Midnapur is a district of West Bengal, and it was, now it is divided, but that time it was one district, and he was the in charge of that district. And he
yeah,
just, I was in an organization, one of the big, and I just came from a small town and a very innocent girl, and some IPS officer just got in and says, and called me even ma'am. I was like, oh really? Am I? so, so that was the first time we met. So as he said, everything is karmic connection. We are still connected, and we believe that we'll be always connected. And for everyone, he's such a wonderful human being. So wonderful human being that you can definitely, if you are not a good human being, you cannot write really that well.
yeah,
So that
yeah.
shows that he's really a wonderful human being. So what was your dream when you were really a child?
Um, you will laugh if I tell you what was my dream.
Mm-hmm.
I always found those days still used to have steam engines. And
Mm-hmm.
I always used to find the drivers of the steam engine with a bandana and all, all around their head to protect their head. Basically, they used to do it, and I used to find that very mesmerizing and that very attractive. So I always used to come home and tell my mom or my even my teacher that I want to become a driver of the railway engine. So that was my dream. Later, of course, when I grew up, I sort of wanted to become a teacher, and everything I did to become a teacher, but it did not fructify, mainly because of the Indian system of education, where if you do not do graduation and both graduation and masters in one particular subject, you are not entitled to become a lecturer in a uh, particular subject. That
Right.
is how it happened. So I was student of history, and then in Delhi University, I joined political science. So there only my dream of becoming a teacher got shattered because secondly, I was not as serious as somebody who would like to dream about something and follow the dreams. People keep on talking about it, that follow your dream. I
Hmm.
say, change the narrative a little bit. Follow your
Hmm.
heart.
True.
Dreams can be tempered. Dreams
Hmm.
can be dreams can be a kind of a handiwork of your subconscious somewhere, but heart is not. That gives you a very right kind of a suggestions and right kind of a guidance. I kept on just following my heart. How it happened, when it happened. For example, when I came to, I took UPSC exam. I did not take UPSC exam to become an IPS officer or an IAS officer or any officer that for that matter. I just wanted a job in the All India services. And sorry, when I first time went to customs service, I was satisfied. But then my wife to be, then of course she was sort of extension of my heart. We had a very torrid kind of a love affair going on. So she just wanted and told me, just like it's not that she wanted me to see as an IPS officer. She says, "Oh, if you at all have to wear a uniform in customs, also you wear uniform, then I would like you to see, uniform of police." And that somehow got stuck into my mind. I mean, okay, so why not? Let me take a chance again. And if I can succeed, and I took a chance, and it all happened. I would say it all happened. Not that I worked harder than last year or previous year or something like that. It just happened. That's why I'm saying that you follow your heart, right suggestions, right guidances, keep on coming to your life, and you just move on. So that is how I kept on moving on. And when recently when I wrote such a huge saga sort of thing, 357 pages novel, it's not easy to write. I mean, now I wonder how did I do that. Then you realize that you don't write, it's somebody else, something else which guides you, which uses you to do a particular thing.
True.
People in police service, people ask me that what do you say about criminals when they commit a crime? Do they follow their hearts? I said, look, they do not follow their heart, but yes, they do follow emotions. Emotions are generated by immediate conditions. Say I'm very poor, not being able to meet both ends, I want to eat. So what is the easy way to eat? Snatch somebody's food and go or do a burglary, or pick up something from the shop, lift some food items from the shop. That's what now in our society it is considered to be a crime under the law. But if you think about that man's need, for him it is not a crime.
True.
So this is how it happens.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly. So this is such an inspiration for today's youngster. I think those who are really chasing something, and it's a
yeah,
life is some people really they do target something and they reach there. Some people just process. Life is a process. This happened with you,
yeah,
so you never
yeah,
planned. So you
yeah,
just something happened and somebody had to be medium. It can be your
yeah,
your love. It can be your just passion. For anything, somebody had to be medium, but you have to
yeah,
go there. So as you said, someone else is making you do that. So
yeah,
someone else and all the viewers actually. I never told you that, and I apologize for this also. When I came around 2004, I guess, when I'm already in Japan, I got an email from one of my old friends, and you were just that time you were in traffic department, in
yeah, yeah.
the
DC traffic,
Kolkata's,
yes,
yes,
Kolkata police, yes.
exactly. So and he just emailed me, what happened? I said, what happened? So I was his I think speed was over,
Mm,
and he was
overspeed.
caught. And
Mm.
he just said, the person, that traffic police, that what, my fiance is Nupur Tewari, and Nupur Tewari knows you. Mr. Mrityunjay Kumar Singh,
Same.
and they are friends. So
Yeah,
he just did salute to him and just did let him go. I was really angry, and the, I was really angry with him. He shouldn't have done that. And those who are watching, even in police department, even the normal people who are watching, I just would like to request, never break law. And the police department people who are watching, never let people go because somebody is friend with your boss. Rule is rule, laws are laws. Yes,
yeah,
please.
but still, people, I would say there's another lesson in this, that people still call cops wicked people. See, I mean, he was not wicked. Everybody is a human. He just thought, okay, fine. Maybe that he did not give up or did not leave the person because he thought that he will be reprimanded by me or something like that. No, maybe that he just felt good about it. Somebody, what happens? I would tell you that even today, if you go to the police, later I became regional passport officer also of Calcutta, Sikkim, of West Bengal, Sikkim, and Tripura, three estates, sitting in Calcutta, of course, headquartered in Calcutta. Even today, I left our regional passport office way back in the end of 2007. Today is 2020. 13 years have passed by. Many people have retired. But even today, if you go to the passport office and tell any worker that MK Singh has sent me, or I know MK Singh, the ex-RPO, they will very kindly welcome you, take you in, and try helping you out. I feel that what you do with your people whom you work with and people whom you are surrounded with, it reflects on both ways. I would say it reflects on them as well as how grateful they have been for what I did for them. And at the same time, I also feel as grateful because the way they have respected me doing something for them. They are respectful because not because I was their boss. I am not a boss for last 13 years. I can't do anything to them. But they still, they still hope, they still respect you. They still take you as a somebody respectable. So that happens. It's life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he lied. He said, I'm his fiance. I was not his fiance also. Not at all.
Okay. Okay. That's You see,
Yeah.
that's when we talk about karma, we always say that karma is not only by deeds, it is also by thought. So when somebody says human beings, if we everything is by karma, so everything is predestined. No, you are an intelligent being, human being, and when you think of hurting somebody, or you think of lying, or if you think of causing some kind of a damage to something, that also becomes, even if you do or not do, that also becomes part of your karma. Of course, that's a part of the philosophy. Many people, many viewers will find it very hilarious, but that is what I know. It's
No, that's
supposed to.
true. That's true. That's definitely true. And since you are with us, this is a great chance. We'd love to hear some of your writings, whatever you prefer us to, you
Okay.
you want us to listen to you or hear you.
Well, I have many things to offer, but then one thing which is very dear to my heart is Meghdoot, which Kalidasa's classical kind of uh, text, which he wrote somewhere in the 5th century AD, and in Sanskrit, the original Sanskrit. I don't say translation. It is I transcreated it in the Hindi verses as well as the English verses. English was published by Trafford Publication in USA. Hindi, of course, the Rajkamal Prakashan from Delhi. Um, I would like to sing. You see how the transcreation goes on, because Kalidas uh, did not have a problem. Those days, the world did not have a problem of pollution. How in my verses the whole text begins with the reference of pollution, where I ask the clouds that why are you also black? Is it because you also have been suffering the agony and of exile and being away from your beloved, or it is the pollution of the world which has made your even tears black? That is the meaning of these verses. I will try to sing those the couplet basically.
Please, please.
है मेघ है मेघ तेरे तन पर जो दिखती मुझको श्यामल छाया, तूने भी क्या विरह में जल कर पाई ऐसी काया है मेघ, है मेघ, या फिर जगत के दूषण से है मलिन तुम्हारा जल भी, रोते नयनों से रिश्ता है आँखों का काजल भी है मेघ, है मेघ, है मेघ. And then
Wow, so beautiful, so beautiful. Like, have you practiced classical music? Have you learned?
I learned a little bit, yes. Not during the time when you saw me. I used to sing then also, but then later when I came to Calcutta, I got a guru. I started learning. Not so regular, but yes, that works well for me. Yeah, that
It's
works well.
so beautiful. It's so beautiful. People now, I think people should know more about, these talents of yours. And it's so beautiful. It's like you are a director general of police. More than that, I think you are an artist. Yeah, so I feel, yeah, as you said, now I'm not going to say it was a mistake because we have got such a wonderful director general of police West Bengal got, but it was not definitely a mistake. It was like it had to happen. But I think you are more artist, that fine art inside you, and that is making you who you are. So beautiful
Yeah.
it was. I had no idea about this talent of yours.
Now, the other thing which this is the Corona times.
Yes.
This also I've written many things, but then this is also because I can sing that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, uh, during the Corona times, people are today also thinking that how to survive, how to save yourself, how to um drink this and drink that and eat this and eat that, keep immunity high. But people little realize that immunity is nothing something which comes in a day or two. It's basically neither from your food habits or medicine or some kind of a supplement. It is because of the way you live, the way you think, the way your heart
Exactly.
is, the way your soul is. It reflects in your body. So and love is the basic part of it. So this goes like this. I wrote for one of musician friend who is doing kind of a music in collaboration with a whole lot of musicians from the world. There are Italian, there are African, there are Americans, there are, I think there's a Japanese also, then Indonesian, and all these people. So he gave me a kind of a rhythm, and this is written on that rhythm. So I will try to sing it on that rhythm only.
Please
This
do.
is this is a Corona time song.
Okay.
Sorry.
Corona song.
Yeah. कल तलक जो कह रहे थे वो है मेरे हम सफर, आज वो राजी नहीं है हमसे मिलने को, अगर दोष ये उनका नहीं ये दोष है नसीब का, आदमी की बढ़ रही ख्वाहिशो उम्मीद का, ये गजब कैसा किया है वक्त ने, डर से सब कुछ खा रहा है पटकने, आदमी को कर लिया है जब्त कैसे खौफ ने, रास्ता दिखता नहीं कैसे इस आफत से बचे, रह गया है बस भरोसा प्रीत का, आदमी से आदमी के स्नेह की एक रीत का, रह गया है बस भरोसा प्रीत का, आदमी से आदमी के स्नेह की एक रीत का, जब मिलेंगे हाथ और दिल तब बनेगा वास्ता, जब मिलेंगे हाथ और दिल जब बनेगा वास्ता, इस महामारी से बचने का यही एक रास्ता, इस महामारी से बचने का यही एक रास्ता. This is what is
That is also another secret of your success, I guess. You know, we have to know that our limit, our energy, and where actually we should give time, the devotion, where we should devote our time, and when. I think that is another, you know, energy, and another, you know, I think tip of your success. And today's youngster, I think they should learn a lot from you, and I hope that they learn that the thing you said, that today's youngsters, they expect a lot when they are in a relationship. They expect a lot, and that is the reason they go into depression, break up, everything. So when you're not expecting, just being there, just you are exchanging energy and healing each other, you know, just being quiet, that is such a wonderful message you have given.
I would share one of my personal experience. My elder son had a breakup somewhere, I think
Mm-hmm.
a year back or something like that, and he was very, of course, any breakup creates a lot of havoc in your emotional kind of a makeup of your mind. So it was very fortunately at that particular time, I think for 15 days or a month, he was with us. So every day, I have never stopped, never asked my children not to drink or not to do this or not to do that. In my house, my bar is always open. I never put a lock on anything because it is better my child or my son gets drunk at home rather than gets drunk in a pub and goes and creates a scene somewhere, which is ugly kind of a this thing. Fortunately, it has never happened. I'm so thankful to God for that and thankful to them as well that they have learned this. So at that point of time, I don't know whether he has understood even today, but I kept on telling him, look, why are you sad? Because you are looking for happiness in someone, which is wrong. The premise is wrong. Having a right person in your life can happen by the it's a kind of a boon by the desire or by the destiny, whatever. But basic thing is today our children or for even among our friends also, people who look for happiness outside will never, they are looking for entertainment. They are not looking for happiness. What they call happiness, it is not happiness, it is entertainment. And because happiness, the source of happiness is within. It is, I mean, you are a healer, you will understand it better that when there are some breakage inside, the breakage is in your emotional system, and you are the person who will correct it. And that is your mind, your heart. If you put the whole thing together, it will correct everything. It will reconcile, it will make you understand, it will see the perspective in which things have happened. But then when we start looking for, okay, I'm feeling bored, so let me go to some friend's place and chill. So while chilling, what are you doing? You are playing a video game, eating some junk,
True.
drinking beer
Exactly.
or liquor or wine or something like that, and you are feeling very happy about it. It is not happiness, because tomorrow morning again you are going to feel the same way.
Exactly. And this is the same thing I tell everyone. And I'm so glad that you are telling the same thing. And I hope that the, you know, especially the youngster, they can just listen to you and they can totally implement these things in their lives. And I think
Yeah,
if we can spread this, then people will be more satisfied with themselves. They'll start finding happiness inside them rather finding, start, looking for somewhere else.
it's
Yeah.
you see, if you have a headache,
Mm-hmm.
you have medicine for a temporary relief.
True.
Headache is not caused by a medicine,
Mm-hmm.
or headache is not caused by something. Headache is caused by your own malfunctioning of the system. You
True.
have to you have to stop that malfunction.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier said than done. I always tell people that it's not that we do not get stressed, we also get stressed. But in the deepest of the stress, if you can, your mind is aware, it can foresee stresses coming. You can it can counter the stress in a much better form rather than you are getting hit and bombarded by stress from all around, and you don't know what to do.
True.
The
Exactly.
world, the world is in this consumerist culture. The world has got totally plagued by this kind of a disease. In America, people say, one of my American friend as a diplomat, I always tell, he used to tell us, man, you people have a lot of culture, man. It must be helping you guys, keeping yourself. Who has stopped you? In your country, you have created a culture of money, and money to have sex, and sex to have money. So this is what it's a kind of a vicious cycle. Break
Yes.
that vicious cycle.
The biggest
Because
question, actually, like in India, especially, when you look at the police, that can be, we first impression, you get scared. Number two, we always think they are corrupted. This is general public, they think about, like, why is that? Even I was reading somewhere that in some state, some woman inspector, I think he took bribe also in a deal to, like, why in India this is happening? Like, what is your view? How do you see this?
see, I have a very different take on this. Both the
Mm-hmm.
things but you talked about, uh, people being scared of police, and
Yes.
second, corruption. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, why do you get scared? Because you are like that. You do not believe the policemen come from where? They come from the same society
True.
where you and me all are nurtured, all are born and brought up. So you
True.
are in India. What happens that power in any form has been always used as a tool to subjugate people. So the people who will be subjugated will always be scared of the people who have power in their hands, be it politician, be it a boss in office, be it a
Yes.
police, be it anybody. Secondly, corruption. People, whenever when I was DC traffic, every now and then these reporters will come and tell me, your sergeants are taking bribe. I said, why do you bribe them? You have committed something wrong? No, they can just like get us in some kind of a flimsy kind of a case. Why are you scared? So to get out of that situation, you bribe my sergeants. You are equally responsible. So
Equally.
when
True. That's true.
so
Yes.
when you are my point, when you are your society, or you as an individual, when you look at power as a strength or tool to discriminate, to subjugate, to exploit. So the same thing will happen to you.
True.
You Corruption, and these are both very intertwined kind of a thing. Corruption in a society is not because some system is corrupt. It is because the people who make the society, the individuals are corrupt. And
Hmm.
India, unfortunately, if you go through the history, right since time immemorial, you will find most of the battles in India have been won by treachery, whether it was
True.
between the kings, or it was because you are from Murshidabad. You know how the Nawab of Murshidabad was
Yes.
defeated. It was because of
Exactly.
treachery. So
Battle
that's
of
our
Plassey.
character. Yes.
Yes.
Today, I was in Jakarta when the tsunami hit Japan, source of Japan. Every day I used to watch the people, behavior of the people in Japan.
Yes.
I saw people were queued up in the line for food, and there was a one person, the food was getting over, so one person goes, takes the bread and everything, and then he looks back. There was a woman with a child on her back, strapped
Yes.
on her back. So he kept the food, left the queue, and went again, perhaps 500 meters on the back, to get into the queue again. That is a
Exactly.
character person. Will you can
Yes.
you I used to show my children this and say, this, look at this. This is the character of Japan, which has made Japan what Japan is today as a society. We
That's
have to
very.
you have They are people of character. They take
Yes.
they can take themselves, they do harakiri in the name of self dignity. How many people in India would think of committing suicide for self-dignity? Yes, there are few, but they're minuscule percentage. In Japan, it is a kind of a culture.
It's Japan. It is they made this culture. They think what is law means law. Like humanity first. Even they don't think about
Exactly,
their religion. They
exactly.
think about
And that
nation first.
and that's why you see such a huge tsunami. They
Yes,
rebuild everything. They come back strong every time. Why? Because the people connect to each other with their character, with a very high character, and they can rebuild anything, any point of time.
exactly.
Our I mean, country like us, I'm not saying we are only like this. Maybe there are other countries also, but we are
Mhm.
since I belong to India, I can always talk about India. I'm not
Exactly.
abusing anybody. You
True.
know, what is the problem in my house? I can talk about my house. And my
Yes.
house, the biggest problem of my house is people say population. Okay, you are overpopulated, but that is also by choice.
Yeah.
Who has
And that
asked?
can be strength also. That can be strength
Yeah,
as well.
that is a strength also. Why can't you turn your these weakness into a strength? It's
Yeah.
just a matter of character. Once you say this cannot be done, this cannot be done.
Mhm.
Why is there this exception? These exceptions in that VIP syndrome, these exceptions make they created that space, that chink from where the corruption enters.
Exactly. So I think the whole country, I think just like Japanese, we need the dedication, devotion, and determination. These three,
Yes, yes,
these I think we have to apply everywhere. And
yes,
the shortcut, like India, always goes for jugaad. So we have to
yes.
just demolish, just break that jugaad thing. There cannot be anything called jugaad.
It reminds me of a very very short poem which I wrote in when I went to Goa. I was there's a very good sanctuary there, so I entered there. I did not know,
Mm-hmm.
but I just saw and entered. There only I wrote this, and the poetry goes like this: that आपस में लिपटे तरु लता जड़ें वल्लरियां is the tendrils, the creepers.
Mm-hmm.
आपस में लिपटी तरु लता जड़ें वल्लरियां समन्वय की अनगिनत लड़ियां धूप हवा छांव टूटे टेढ़े खड़े जैसे भी हो पांव सब में निर्झर सी बहती साझेदारी ये सभ्यता का नगर नहीं है ये जंगल है यहाँ सब कुशल मंगल है ये सभ्यता का नगर नहीं है ये जंगल है यहाँ सब कुशल मंगल है लुक एट दिस you call it a you call it a forest everything is such in unison you live with nature you don't
Uh-huh.
have to follow any rule
Exactly. Everything is
follow
Kushal
the rule.
Mangal.
Today you are suffering with corona because you wanted to become bigger than the nature.
True. Exactly. We took it for granted, this universe.
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly. So, no plan for politics? Joining
Well,
politics?
as I said, I am a I am a driftwood in a flowing river. I
Yes.
do not I do not know life will take me where. Maybe someday, somewhere, but then it's not. I think very ill of politics. I do not the kind of politics I see is not my cup of tea. But then I also feel at times that if everybody like us who think in a much more positive way and positive manner and think that they can do something for their society, if they
Mm-hmm.
all leaving the grounds for and running away from politics. So in our kind of a parliamentary democracy, you are leaving a room for lumpens to come and rule you, and that is what has happened. We as educated people did not get into the politics, and that has given a room to all kinds of lumpens to enter the politics. And today, somebody is a chief minister, somebody is a this minister, somebody is that minister, and you are every day you are cursing. So why not? If the time comes and the opportunity comes, you should always go hold the reins of that and try serving your people and try making a change wherever you can. Yes.
True. That's true. Even the I same thing I say when the people really keep complaining, especially today's youngster, I say go and join the politics. Change the country. It's your country. It's you. Who will do
Yes.
it? It's
Exactly.
your yeah. So So I think this is when I also think about, like, when I look at the Indian politics, there's a lot of, I get also scared, like so much politics is there, so much politics is there. So, but again, I think like we have to bring the change. We have to. Who will bring the change if we give
Yes.
up? So this is, I think, there we have to. I think then again, as you said, that where the life will take you, you'll go there. So you
Yeah.
never know. Maybe I'll see you as a chief minister someday.
I hopes, I hopes, but yes, nothing is impossible in this
Nothing is
lifetime.
impossible. Definitely, I'll be taking your interview on that day also. Rapid fire round. So I will
Yeah,
ask you some questions. So you have to
yeah.
just one word or
Ready.
one sentence. You have to. Your favorite food?
My favorite
Fa-
food,
yes.
bhat mansho.
Bhat mangsho.
Yes.
Okay, I forgot to ask you. So you speak Bhojpuri, Hindi, Bengali,
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 yes.
পুরোপুরি
Bengali,
বাংলা বলতে পারেন?
বাংলা পড়তে পারি আর সাহিত্য পড়ি। আহ,
ওরে
আমি
বাবা রে।
বিভূতিভূষণ বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়কে আমি পড়ি, তারাশঙ্করকে পড়ি, আমি নীরেন্দ্র চক্রবর্তীকে পড়ি, আমি শঙ্খ ঘোষকে পড়ি।
আরণ্যক আরণ্যক পড়া হয়ে গেছে?
অনেক পড়া হয়ে গেছে, অনেক আগে, অনেক আগে পড়া হয়ে গেছে। ওর
ওরে
ওর
বাবা রে।
মঞ্চ ওর মঞ্চি থেকে সত্যা বাবু থেকে সবাই সবাই আমার মনে থাকে সব সময়।
এরপরে আমি জাপানিটা শিখিয়ে দেবো।
Then a little bit Bhasa Indonesia as well, because I worked there for 3.5 years. So, but not
Indonesian. Rapid fire, we are going back. Your favorite movie?
Mughal Azam still.
Your favorite destination?
Machu Picchu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One woman whom you would like to date?
My wife again.
Okay. Your favorite politician?
My favorite politician. My favorite politician will be, there are too many, but if I have to, from the present day or the past,
You can choose.
then my favorite politician in the past will be Mahatma Gandhi.
Okay. And the present day?
And present day, I would consider many names, not bad. Even Pranab Mukhopadhyay, because I worked with him, I know him very well. So I know that what kind of a politician he was. You know, it's a word. It's sad that he could
Yeah.
not stuff.
Very sad.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Pranab Mukhopadhyay. Yes,
And describe them in one word. Amitabh Bachchan.
larger than life,
Your wife.
compassion incarnate,
Oh. Politics.
politics,
Yes.
treachery,
Cinema.
entertainment.
Okay. And Mr. M.K. Singh.
Yeah, this is, you see how difficult it is to explain yourself. Human being, just that.
They're like, who am I? Kind of.
I'm just a human being. I still consider, to remain human is the ultimate I can think of. I think of wherever
That's
we
that
must remain
that that
first a
makes
human.
you who you are. Actually, that
Yeah.
makes you who you are. The 5 things that you haven't done ever and you'd like to do. 5 things.
Five things. The first and the foremost is maybe not in this life. I don't know whether I'll take another life, but that is to become to only devoted to the classical singing.
Okay.
Classical singing. Second is to go and be in somewhere in the past of civilizations like a Inca Empire or kind of a Mesopotamian Empire or Indus Valley civilization or something like that, which I couldn't and I don't know. Third, to be at the feet of the Buddha, you know, in this life, if I've been any time, I'm Buddha, wherever I can be.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth, languages. I want to be born with knowing all languages of the Mother Earth. And fifth, that I want to attain. I want to be somebody who can just remain in love. Remain in love forever. I mean, I do.
Meditation mode in
Yeah,
love.
yes, I just want to remain in love.
And the one message that you would like to say, though your whole and the one message that you would like to say, though your whole interview is for youth, they can learn a lot, but the particular something you want to convey to the youth, today's youth.
Youth, I'll simply again, in one sentence, I would tell them to try getting connected to their own core. Our youth itself, even today or tomorrow or past or future, forget about it. Youth itself is a boon. And I always tell my sons that it is like a mercury. By the time you hold it in your palm, it has slipped off. It has already fallen off. So youth must realize the strength of theirs, and that they only can do when they are connected to the core, and that they only can do if they learn to live with themselves. Live with themselves and connect. If you live with yourself, you will connect automatically. It's like a carbon bond. It's like in chemistry they used to read, it's at the bond of the molecules, carbon bonds. So automatically it goes and connects. So make your life purer. That does not cut or inhibits your chill value or chill factor. You do not know you will have more chill factor if you live like that. And do not think, lean or small of you. Nowadays, there's a tendency of the children to think that what will they do? They have become so. There's such less, so much of competition, so much of this thing, and so much less to do. No, 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 no. Never think small. Always think big. You have the whole world to conquer. The world needs you. It is your world. It is not the world of the past people. Even if they are in power, think of how you are going to be there and take your turn to do things better, rather than sulking over this that, oh, so and so, Mr. So and so was the prime minister, he ruined the country. So why did you allow him to ruin it? It's your responsibility. So youth has to take the reins. I mean, my sorry if I'm exaggerating. I mean, at my age, if somebody tells me to go and jump on the horse and ride, I will think 10 times. What if my feet get broken? What if my hand I fall off? Youth, oh, horse, okay. He will take a leap, jump. Even if he falls, okay, man, like, I have to learn something. But he goes and jumps. That's what a youth is. So
Exactly. Full of
they have to
energy.
exactly, they have to utilize that energy to take the seat everywhere, whether it's a culture, whether it's a literature, whether it's a politics, whether it's social reform, everything. You don't have to believe what has been said in the past. You have to learn good things in the mistakes. So, the youth is the future. I always think and consider what I have done is of no value, maybe, but what you do has a great value. Let's
No,
look.
you have done a lot. Since
Yeah.
2001 to today, you have given me so much knowledge. And for the viewers, I would like to say that he's a very good, he can read hands also, palms also. And he has these qualities kind of, it's a list is never ending. So you'll always get to learn something from him. So it is enlightened really, from 2001 to today. And 2001, I was a kid actually, not literally
You
kid, but yes, kid. And today I feel so much, it's pride seeing uh, from Midnapur to you are Director General of Police in West Bengal. It's such an achievement, and everything has happened because you are who you are. Your devotion, determination, and total dedication. And I'm really, really feel blessed, proud to be connected and to be one
thank,
of your friends. Thank you so much. Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
It's a pleasure
Thank you.
having you.
And my namaskar to all your viewers for bearing with us, both of us. Thank
So today, Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again next Saturday, Indian time 5:30, Japanese time 9 p.m. Don't forget to watch. And please do subscribe the Yoga na Nupur YouTube channel, so you will get to know and get to see all the episodes you have missed. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care and Subratri West Minasai. Good night. Namaste.